rest of my life here.
Jack? Jack? An object came down in 1-7.
Got it. On my way.
I was pretty much excited to see Oblivion, even though it's not the best installment to make movie of and Tom Cruise looks nothing like my high-level Khajiit thief. But I guess that because many people would only agree to stay few continents away from Fury so that they could say I tolerate them to a certain extent, with extent being their flamethrower range, they needed to have someone more human-like to identify with. But if so, why the fuck would they pick Tom Cruise? Ah, whatever. So the Earth was devastated by aliens who destroyed Moon, which led to the further ravage of our planet. They lost the war because humans nuked them out, but as humans are idiots, they also spoiled their own habitat, forcing the last remnants to flee to the colony on Titan. I guess Mars was already nuked to the state of uninhabitability. Yeah, I think I got that right. So Tom Cruise is Jack Harper, the guy whose job is to repair drones which patrol the planet looking for remaining aliens called scavengers. He lives with Victoria, his former co-pilot, lover, communications officer and remaining human, in this order. And they live in a floating space house whose sterile style reminds me a little bit of Mass Effect 1. They take orders from the space triangle called TED, and triangle is good and aliens are bad. We also get to know that the action takes place in New York, because what country would be invaded by aliens other than United States? They already survived other aliens, giant robots, God, fucking huge ugly dinosaur and Godzilla. They are used to this shit. I mean, imagine what would happen if aliens landed in some European country, like Sweden. They would probably get citizenship and free housing. But the huge emphasis is put on the New York City itself. Jack has some weak memories of visiting the city, even though his memory is erased every 5 years as a part of safety protocol established by Triangle. But I don't see what's the big deal about this.
I do it every Tuesday.
That's the premise of Oblivion, the new motion picture by Jonathan Kosinski, a guy whose earlier works consist of Animal Planet documentaries and music videos. Now he gets to do something on a much bigger scale, but can he rise to the occasion? Let's find out. Spoiler alert! For the beginning, I'll say that this is the kind of a movie that tells a story through visuals. Giant empty landscapes underline the solitude of the protagonist. Sky House is very clean, bright and isolated, representing safety, while surface of the Earth is dark, hostile ground, full of aliens who look like the crossover of Predator and Sand People from Star Wars. This simple contrast shows us where and when Jack feels safe. At home, he is always warmly greeted by Victoria, and the Triangle Commander always tries to assure them that they are a successful team.
Are you an effective team?
We are an effective team.
Meanwhile, down there, he might be surrounded by enemies, so he always carries a gun, acting as cautiously as he can. However, he still feels some strange attachment to the planet. He enjoys spectacular views and relives the historical moments. And that's when visuals come into action once more. The shots showing Earth are astounding. Great camera work with awesome music make this shell of a planet actually charming and likeable place. What I enjoyed the most is the whole concept of how the Earth should look like. Having heard that it's a post-apo movie, I assumed it would be some boring desert, and I was wrong. Kinda. Earth's crust is shattered with canyons and rifts, with thick patches of snow lying here and there. I don't really know how realistic it is, because the last time we blew up the moon during science class, everyone thought that this giant rift that cut the school in half was just another attempt of finally building a subway in my local town. But still, it's good to see that some directors still use actual sets and places other than slamming some stock Windows wallpaper on the green screen and telling the actors to imagine the birds chirping. Until they go fucking nuts and start telling that birds told them to do such unspeakable acts as peeling banana the wrong way, also slaughtering relatives, by feeding them aubergine with rusty nail. Kosinski really put an emphasis on making the surroundings believable to help actors immerse themselves better in the story, and I really like the word immerse. And we can see it! Tom Cruise wanted to stay a little bit longer on the set, admiring the view, being thankful to Lord Zinn that someone actually hired him. One day he finds the wreckage of a spaceship with the crew members being hibernated in cryogenic capsules. He tries to help them, but for some reason drones kill them all. You know, I don't blame them. If I was to fly around from one inanimate lifeless object to another, I would hate all life as well. But Jack manages to save at least one crew member named Julia Rusakova, played by Olga Kurilenko. She's a model from Ukraine, and apparently has some weak spot for video game adaptations, as she was both in Max Payne and Hitman. I haven't seen those movies. Are they any good? Tell me in the comments. Apparently though, she didn't read the contract thoroughly enough, thinking this is actual Oblivion. Oh Olga, you blossoming epitome of grace. can I put my stalker into your Chernobyl? Jack has some suspicions that she might be the woman he sees in his recurring dreams about New York, especially that she knows his name.
Jack, how do you know my name?
So they find out that she's from the ship called Odyssey, which started its mission long before the break of war, but Julia refuses to tell what was the mission. Eventually, they decide to go out despite Victoria's discontent and look for the flight recorder to know what exactly happened. But before they get to learn from the flight recorder that ship crashed, they got captured by scavs. And Victoria's like, see, told ya, and then she eats all the ice cream of misery. So they are held in captivity by scavs, and the moment after they appeared on the screen, my asshole friend said, "Oh, I bet they are humans." And I was like, fuck, because it's actually very likely. And yes, they turn out to be humans living in some secret underground complex hiding from drones. The leader of partisans, Malcolm Beach, played by Morgan Freeman, played by God, explains to them that all they believed is a lie. Alien invasion was not real and Indiana Jones and Skull Crystal Kingdom something actually happened. Then he asks Jack to nuke the triangle, explaining that triangle is bad. Wow, he's fast to make such brave demands. They also have a captured drone which can transport nuclear bomb to the triangle, turning it into smoking titanium confetti. And for a few minutes it goes like this. Nuke the triangle. No. Yes, nuke. No. Please, nuke. No, nuke. Nuker will never release you. No, nuke, sorry. Okay, release him. So Jack and Julia Rusakova are set free, but Malcolm tells them to seek the truth in the radiation zone. In that place I am forbidden to go? Yes, they have cotton candies. Sure, I'll go there. And he doesn't go. I don't blame him. If he was forbidden to go to the radiation zone, there must have been some reason. Maybe they told him during training that the place is haunted. You know, maybe it's near the Jersey Shore house and he was told the stories about the weeping ghost of Snooki who kidnaps little kids and eats them. With her Snooki. And to be honest, I'm not surprised that the place is radiated, if after impact so much radiation must have got into atmosphere from Polly's fake suntan. So instead of going where metaphorical quest Arrow tells them to go, they decide to fuck around at Empire State Building. There Julia explains to Jack that she's his wife and that they still share mortgage on a cozy white marble house in LA they bought some time ago. Then he remembers that he had proposed to her and cries inside, thinking of how dumb idea it was to do it by showing the ring through fucking this. And then they kiss, and Victoria sees it all from a camera and gets sad. In her mind appears a vision of broken Xboxes. So Jack and Julia come back to the Sky House like nothing happened and expect fucking lasagna for family dinner after he betrayed his wife with some Eastern European immigrant found in the fridge. But Victoria doesn't let them in, refusing further work with Jack.
Are you still an effective team?
We're not an effective team.
You don't have to die, Jack. She doesn't have to die.
You need to know what happened.
Who are you?
In this war,